Well. All right. Welcome to another video with Tripping with the Smiths. Y'all, we are here to talk about 5 things to consider when purchasing an RV, new to you RV or a new RV. And Jeff knows a lot.
Do I?
About RVing, finding a great RV for you. He's really good at it, y'all. He knows more than the dealer. Is that what they call it?
The salesperson.
The salesperson, the RV dealer. I was gonna say auto dealer, but it's not. He knows good things about cars too, a lot about cars. But he knows more than these folks when we're there looking at them. So we thought we'd put a video together. He is very thorough, very researched. It drives me bananas, but I also appreciate it because he'll look and keep on looking.
It's called analysis paralysis.
Yes, and I'm just like, freaking pick one. But anyway, I can ramble on and on about how versed he is. He's very knowledgeable. So if y'all have any questions, please drop them down in the comment box and we will do another video, or we'll reach out to you, of course, but it will help us also to create more content too. So take it away, babe.
So, well, thank you for all those kind words, babe. I appreciate it. You should have heard her before we started the video. That wasn't so kind. Anyways, so the first thing, of course, as soon as we start a video, the jets start flying. So hopefully you can hear this. The first thing to know when you're RV shopping is that the RV salesperson probably has never spent a night in an RV. That's really the sad case of just about every RV salesman we ran into. It's a rare occurrence that you find an RV salesperson that actually spends time in an RV. So they aren't really much help. Take everything they say with a grain of salt.
Yep.
Usually they're full of crap. So we spent over a year researching the current unit that we're in, sitting on the patio right now, and we probably spent 3 or 4 months before we bought our first unit. And we did pretty good on it, other than...
I feel like it was longer than that.
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah.
We did pretty good on that one, but then we decided that we wanted a toy hauler because we wanted the patio and we wanted the office and we wanted to separate things out. Now, I will say, going back into our old one, when I walk into it, I have a little bit of nostalgia and I kind of like it and miss it, and I'm going to, regret seeing it go. But anyways, back to the point of the video. Things you should consider when buying an RV. First thing, are you going to get towed or motorized?
Yes, that's the first thing on our list.
Yep, first thing is towed or motorized. If you have a truck, hopefully not a half-ton truck, but if you have a truck, or if you're willing to buy a truck, towed makes a lot of sense because they're less complex, they're less expensive. You already have a truck, or you need a truck, or you want a truck, and generally you kind of have the mindset of, if the truck breaks down, you don't lose your RV, or vice versa. You don't lose both things at once, right? You don't lose home, or you don't lose transportation. Whereas with a Class A or a Class C or any of those other RVs, the potential exists for you to lose both of them at the same time, your transportation and your home. Now, I will say everything that I'm going to say from this point on we have not lived or used a Class A. We've looked at a bunch of them, but we haven't actually used one. So maybe they're the best thing since sliced bread. But for us, the price combined with the complexity, combined with the weight, and just there's a whole bunch of things that went into sticking with a towed RV.
Yeah.
The final kicker for us was this patio.
Yeah.
And the toy hauler. And the space that's available. These things are huge compared to a Class A motorhome.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, you always called Class A motorhomes what? Their layout.
Oh, like a hallway?
Yeah, it's like a hallway.
Yeah. Like it's drawn straight down and back.
Yeah.
Even though it has slides, but it still generally just feels like a straight hallway.
Yeah, you can rearrange the hallway a couple different ways, but at the end of the day, it's a hallway with the stuff on the side. Whereas
each side.
to us, a fifth wheel feels more like home, and there's way more space.
Yeah, since we do full time.
Now, we pay for that space with the fact that it's a huge RV, and we've already noticed some shortcomings in that, and it also requires us to ride in a truck, which I will say we've driven a Class A RV and they ride way better. In fact, we're thinking about moving to a different type of truck just to get a better ride.
Yeah.
So there's that. But generally, when you think about towed versus motorized, the motorized is going to be more complex. And it's going to have a little bit less options when it comes to floor plan. Excuse the jets; they like to fly over us all the time.
Second, we are on NAS Pensacola, so
yeah. Hopefully the mic's
right
overcoming.
by it was an air school, or
yeah, we're like 300 yards from the flight line where they train pilots.
Yeah.
Next thing to consider: the floor plan. Will the floor plan fit your lifestyle? For instance, we actually cook and live in our fifth wheel.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that never use the kitchen in their fifth wheel. So for us, kitchen's important.
Yep.
For those people that eat out all the time and they never use their kitchen, or they cook outside all the time,
yeah,
maybe the kitchen doesn't matter.
Yeah,
maybe they want an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah. It's a big, I was just going to say, it's a big focal point for us, even when we in our house, because we like to eat, we like to cook.
Yep. We cook way more than we eat out. So
Yeah.
kitchen is important to us. But for a lot of people, they don't do cooking.
Right.
They eat out. They go
Yeah.
get their food, or they eat outside. So maybe they want an outdoor kitchen. So you need to actually sit in the RV
Yes.
and think about how you're going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Really do a lot of that thought. And think about how when it rains for 3 weeks on end, like it has for us recently,
Yeah.
what you're going to do when you're stuck inside that sucker and you
Yeah.
don't get to be outside.
Yep.
So take into consideration exactly how you're going to use it, and when things aren't ideal and you're not spending all your time outside, what you're going to do when you're in there, because there's some small units that I would just go stir crazy in.
Yeah, kind of too small.
But the nice thing is that you could hook up and tow it and go someplace else.
Yeah,
there's always that option.
Yeah, that part.
What else you got on floor plan?
We talked about being able to get to your refrigerator and pantry and the bathroom when the slides are in. Right?
Yep.
That falls under?
Yeah, that falls
Okay.
under floor plan. So one of the things
Yep.
for us is while we're driving, we want to be able to have access to our fridge and our food and use the bathroom
Yep.
without having to go someplace else. So we made sure that our fifth wheel could allow us to use all that stuff without putting the slides out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a couple of our cupboards, we have to put one slide out like 6 inches in order to get to, but for the most part, we can get to everything that's important to us.
Yeah.
Without putting the slides out. We can even get to the bed.
Yeah, we could, sleep in the bed if we had to with the slides closed.
Yeah. So while it's not a completely usable floor plan with the slides in, it does
Yeah.
allow us to use the important stuff while we're traveling. If that's not a priority to you, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it is really nice to be able to pull into a rest area, get your food, get your coffee, go to the bathroom, get access to your bedroom, whatever you want, without having to put slides out and set up. So
Yeah.
for us, it was important.
Yeah.
For you, it might not be important, but it's a good thing to consider.
Oh, touch my face. I just.
She's going to get the coronavirus.
All right.
What's the next thing?
We're going to talk about size. Will it fit where you want to go?
So
We are, wait, before you go, we are ginormous, so we
Yes.
have limitations.
we ended up choosing a huge fifth wheel. It's 45
Yes.
feet long, based off of the other factors that we're considering, right? Livability, the floor plan that we want, all that stuff, and how we use it. We full time in it, so we're always in it.
Yeah.
So we picked a huge fifth wheel. We already have felt the pain of having that extra 6 or 7 feet on the fifth wheel that
Yeah.
our last fifth wheel didn't have.
Right.
It limits the ability to fit into sites, and it limits your ability to maneuver places. And one thing to keep in mind is when you go big, you get a third axle, and that affects how it tracks behind your vehicle. So you're going to have to adjust your driving. So, there's a lot of banter about, is the ideal RV length 25 feet because you can fit in all the state parks? Well, sure, if that's what you're going to do and you're going to be camping, but I can't live in a 25-foot RV.
No.
So then the next size limitation, or then the next graduation in size, tends to be 35 feet. Well, 35 feet fits in most things. In our last fifth wheel, we were 39 feet, and we fit most places there. However, in Canada and California, there are plenty of places we couldn't fit, so 39 feet kind of eclipsed that.
Yeah.
And then you get into ginormous, which is 45 feet or 40 to 45 foot Class A, and that really cuts down your ability to stay places.
Yep.
Like this last campground we went to, there was like maybe 10 spots that we could fit into
Yeah.
in the entire campground out of about 60, 70 spots.
Yeah.
So that limits you to 10 spots. And if
Yeah.
those spots are taken, you're just out of luck. And even though you fit in the spot, sometimes the campground road itself is a little bit too tight. We ended up with the wheels of the RV off the actual paved road in the mud and muck, and it was kind of a little bit of a stressful event. We've done that in 2 campgrounds. So while bigger may be in most people's mind better, it doesn't always work out for you. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
Where do you want to go camping? Like, our intention is later this year, we plan on doing a lot of boondocking out west. And at that point, its size doesn't really matter because you're not in a campground.
Yeah.
You're
Or
just
in a
out on
national
public
park.
land.
Yep.
So hopefully that works out for us. If not, we'll regret purchasing this. But yeah, make sure that your trailer size is going to fit where you're going to go.
Yep.
And it's also going to fit your lifestyle.
Yep.
What you got next?
We got next cargo capacity. One of the reasons why we did upgrade because we were too heavy for our Cedar Creek. With the, and correct me if I'm not saying this right, with the additions to the RV itself, we were heavy, and then adding your stuff in makes it even heavier. So when you're looking for your RV, your home on wheels, make sure you check, and Jeff will go a little bit more in depth here, make sure you check to see what it is. Dry? Is that what it is?
Dry and how much it can hold.
And how much it can hold, yes. So
Yeah,
I'll let
so
him take the rest of that.
Your RV salesman is not going to point out the
No,
fact that
they
your
don't
RV,
even know half the time.
They don't even know what the cargo capacity is, and if they do, they're not going to point out the fact that that beautiful 40-foot long front living or front kitchen RV that's
Yep.
got tons of space has 1,000 pounds of cargo capacity. You fill your refrigerator and put some food in it, and now you're overweight. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
You need cargo capacity. I would say the minimum cargo capacity you want on a trailer that you're going to use for anything is probably 2,500 pounds.
2,500.
Yeah, 2,500
Make
at
sure I
a
hear that.
minimum.
Yeah.
And if you're going to live in it, you probably want like 2,000 per person because you're going to put a lot of crap in it. And you'll be surprised at how much stuff you put in it.
Yeah.
We shoot for 4,000 to 5,000 pounds cargo capacity is what we want. And we kind of got there on this one. We're a little bit overloaded, but it's got the extra axle and the frame is supposed to be strong. We hope that we don't end up breaking it, but
Yeah.
we run heavy. But there are a lot of trailers out there that have less than 1,000 pounds cargo capacity. And these are
Yeah.
big trailers with tons of room.
Yeah.
I don't know what the manufacturers are thinking other than keeping the price down, but pay
Yeah.
attention to that cargo capacity.
Yep.
Because you'll get home and you realize you can't even put your clothes in it,
Yeah.
much less food and everything else.
And this may not apply to you if you're not full-timing, but if you're a full-timer, you live in it, you're going to have your kitchen, your dishes, your clothes. If you got pets, that's more weight. From their dogs, the dog stuff. I mean, there's a lot, Sometimes you keep your summer and your winter clothes in your RV. So that's more weight.
Yeah.
So groceries, canned goods, all that stuff adds up to the capacity. So really make sure. Did you say where to look for the cargo capacity?
Yeah,
The sticker?
generally there's a sticker on the door. I think that's pretty much the most common place right now is the front door. If you look there, it'll have cargo capacity. Or on the pin box, there'll be a sticker, or maybe over by the wet bay, one of those places where the leveling jacks is as well. There'll be a sticker that shows cargo capacity. Make sure your salesman shows you
Yeah.
the actual cargo capacity of the RV.
Yeah.
Now, if all you're doing is towing it out to the weekend campsite and using it as a place to sleep,
Yeah, then-
probably doesn't matter.
Yep.
But if you're going to actually travel with it and have stuff in it, it does matter.
Yeah.
It matters a lot.
Yeah.
And most people out there, I would venture to guess, are driving down the road a couple 1,000 pounds overweight and they don't even know it. So cargo capacity is important.
Yep. That's number 4. We got one more. I'm going to look at our timestamp, 14:01.
Yeah.
I want to keep us about 20 minutes max. So we're doing good.
All right.
New versus used. Jeff put down price, quality, and kinks worked out.
So everybody wants the latest and greatest bright, shiny object out there, and they want to buy a new RV. And they go down to the dealer and they buy this new, beautiful RV without doing any research because people do that. And they get home and they didn't do a good inspection on it at the dealer, and the dealer didn't do a good inspection, and half the things that you need to work on it don't work. Like plumbing connections are loose, or water doesn't work, or electricity doesn't work, and stuff just breaks, and you find out that there's a whole bunch of stuff. And then you take it into the dealer, and it's not like a car dealer where you go drop it off and get it back the next day. Most RV dealers, you drop
Hold on.
the airplane flying over us. So most RV dealers, you drop the RV off and they're like, we'll call you in a couple months. Well, you bought it wanting to camp this summer, and yet the RV dealer is going to keep it for a couple months. They already got your money. They don't care.
Yeah.
And if it's something serious, it may be 6 months to a year before you see it. And now you're out of warranty because you get a pitiful 1-year warranty.
Yeah.
So you haven't even used this thing and you're out of warranty. And you probably think we're crazy for saying stuff like this, but we hear the stories all the time.
Yeah.
Summer plans, travel plans, trip plans, all being ruined because something was wrong with the RV when they bought it brand new.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, and this is kind of a thought that's held across a lot of the RV, the longtime RVers, the quality in the industry right now is pretty low. They're just cranking these things out as fast as possible because people want to go RVing.
Yeah.
And I think overall, the older RVs were probably better built, but they aren't modern and they aren't shiny and they don't have all the latest gadgets. So
Yeah.
I personally would lend towards at least one that's used a year or two. One that's had somebody else take the depreciation, which is huge in the first couple of years, and take the loss of use while they get everything fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get to buy it and it's already been fixed. Everything works on it. It's not full value. It's like 60 or 70% of the value and it's ready to go.
Yep.
The downside of that is that you may not get a warranty and the manufacturer may not want to talk to you. So there are some downsides to it. I'm not painting it as the used is the way to go, but you spent significantly less. For instance, the MSRP for the trailer that we're in right now is roughly $180,000 with all the options. Now, we didn't pay anywhere near that.
Mm-mm.
Now, the other dirty little secret that the RV industry doesn't tell you is that MSRP is about 30% over what you can actually buy it for. So when we were looking, we could have bought a similarly equipped trailer for roughly $120,000 to $130,000. So that's a significant savings right there. But we bought a trailer that was 2 years old and we paid, it's a little bit of transparency, but we paid $80,000 for it. So less than half of what MSRP was for a 2-year-old trailer that somebody else already worked all the kinks out.
Yep.
We've had hardly any problems at all with it since we bought it, and we've been in it for almost 6 months now.
Yep.
And we paid half of what MSRP was and about 2/3 of what we could have bought it for retail. And I personally believe that the quality is going down in the RV industry as they pump them out. So I think that in my own mind, and maybe this is just a Jedi mind trick, in my own mind, we got a better quality product than what's coming off the line new. But who knows? So yeah, there's a whole bunch of things to think of. Don't go into it thinking that it's a vehicle and they're going to fix all your problems and you're going to be out and ready to go. That's not the truth.
Nope.
They're going to put you on the back burner and eventually they'll get to you and you'll lose weekends, months, maybe even seasons of camping while you work out all the kinks.
Yep.
Or you might get lucky and you'll get that perfect one with a good dealer that's just ready to go. Oftentimes dealer makes a big deal because dealers are like the finishers in the RV world. You think the factories send out a product that's ready to go, but really they send out a product that's about 90% ready to go and the dealer's supposed to finish it and fix everything that's broken. And if you get a good dealer, they do fix everything that's broken and not working. And if you get a bad dealer, they pass that 90% product on to you and, well, you get to fix it.
Okay.
What you think? Anything else we missed on things to pay attention to when you're choosing your RV?
You hit all those. Price, quality. You hit those, right?
And then last thing I would say when you're choosing an RV, join the owners groups on Facebook or the forums because there's a lot of information put out there in those owners groups that you'll realize that you will never find searching public, openly accessible information. When we were searching, we were going through a whole bunch of different things. I joined the Cedar Creek owners group. I joined the Grand Design owners group. I joined the Van Lay owners group, the DRV owners group. I even joined Tiffin owners group, an American Coach owners group.
Basically.
All of them
because
every owners group that if I looked at something and it caught my eye, I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll buy that. I joined the owners group because you ask questions and you see, like most of the time when you ask the question, everybody's like, oh, it's the best thing ever. But if you watch the traffic in the owners group, you'll see, oh, well, we had this problem, and we had that problem,
you're
and we
gonna
had
get
this
a lot
problem.
of information that you won't get from your dealer.
Yeah, and nobody's going to spend $100,000 on a trailer and say, you know what, I bought a giant piece of crap. What they'll do is they'll ask questions on how to fix this, and they'll express their frustration with the dealers, and they'll express their frustration with the manufacturer, and you'll get to see how the owners get treated. So we're running over, but whatever you're going to buy, whatever you decide fits what you want, join the owners group and ask questions, and then look at the traffic in the owners group. It gives you a good insight.
I think, and the last thing we'll say, and then we'll wrap it up, is with choosing between the new and used, and we probably could do a whole video on this. I don't know if we have, but visiting the factories to see how these things are put together. And it might also help you when you're repairing too, because you can see where stuff, if you have to do your own repairs, you can see, oh yeah, I remember at the at the warehouse or factory, where that's at, or that part, or what have you. So it was really eye-opening to see how these things are built. We've been to several, and we can, if we remember, we'll link our videos in the comments on those, because we visited several in the Indiana, in Elkhart, right?
Yep, the Elkhart area.
Yeah, Elkhart.
Where all the RVs
area.
are made.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So.
factory tours, we did a whole bunch,
Yeah.
and I won't name brands, but some of them I was like, oh my God, was
Yeah.
that a 3-year-old doing the work there?
Yeah.
And some of them I gave them maybe a teenager, and rarely did I see where it was super, super, super duty quality, but you do see a huge disparity in quality between the brands.
Yep.
So unlike a car where you're going to see the same thing rolling off every assembly line, it's way different in the RV industry. Every single one of these are man-made. They're not factory assembly line produced. There's a person doing all the work, and it depends on the person to make sure that it's done right.
Yep. So
yeah.
There you have it. 5 things to consider when you're getting your RV, whether that's new or used. Any clarification, any questions about if you're on a hunt, hit us up. Any questions in general, drop them below. You got any other last points?
No, not without making it longer and longer and longer. And we just keep on talking.
Keep on talking. So we have any more, I'm sure he has more to say. We'll make another video and we'll use y'all's questions and comments towards that as well. So that's it, y'all. Thank you for watching. Give us some love, a thumbs up our video. Turn on the notification bell, subscribe if you want to know when we're dropping our videos, and drop us a comment. Just say hey if you don't have any questions. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Yes, thank you. Bye.